Chapter 1. Being a witch is complicated. A witch must lie, cheat, and sometimes even steal, though that's rare, to protect their secret. See, witches aren't allowed to tell humans about their magic. It goes against the code of ethics. I haven't actually seen the code of ethics, but I hear going against it comes with some seriously steep consequences, like being banished from the world or stripped of power. I like being part of the world, and since my powers are relatively new, I'd prefer to keep them and see what they can do. Powers I'd never asked for, by the way, but for the most part have learned to enjoy. My mother, Addie Odell, was a witch, and from everything I've learned, I come from a family of powerful witches and warlocks. I've also discovered they were quite emotional and made rash decisions. At least I know where I get that from. When my mom died, the binding spell she'd placed on me died with her. Out of nowhere, I'd scratch my nose, which happens often during allergy season, and stuff happened. Things flew across rooms, people tripped, and one time a crotchety old man who needed an attitude adjustment lost his pants. They only fell to the ground, they didn't disappear, but still, I felt pretty bad about that. It took some time, but I figured out how to manage things a lot better. I've learned my mother's best friend, Bessie, the woman I consider family, is also a witch. She owns The Enchanted, an adorable book and coffee shop in the heart of Holiday Hills. If you need a book, Bessie has it. If you need a cup of coffee with a pinch of magic, she's got that too. Bessie's been by my side since I discovered my witchy ways, and I don't know what I'd do without her. I can be my true self around Bessie, but being a witch means hiding your powers from your human best friend, who thankfully can't see when something magical happens. Humans see something different, which takes some getting used to when I'm chatting with my bestie and shape-shifting wolf stops by to say hey. Stella is the yin to my yang. She's high maintenance, smart, and gorgeous, and has this way with people that makes me wish I were her. If I didn't love her so much, I'd probably hate her, mostly because she's petite and I have to duck to get through most doors. At least I don't have to duck at the Enchanted. Bessie made the door high enough for me when I hit my head on it a few years back. As I sit in my makeshift office, a table to the side of Bessie's counter at the Enchanted, and worked on my latest novel, I thought about how much my life had changed in the past year. I lost my mom, and a man I considered a friend. But I gained a sort of boyfriend, a whole lot of powers, and another USA Today bestseller tag for an author I'd grown to despise. Authors are such divas. My latest paranormal cozy mystery novel, There's a Whole Lot of Witching Going On, was shaping up nicely so far. I still had a way to go, but I was pleased with what I'd already written. But if the writer who took all the credit didn't get off my back, I'd probably turn her into a toad. Trust me, she deserved it. Writing a bestseller takes time, and she'd just have to put up and shut up if she wasn't going to do the actual work. Bessie poured me a cup of tea. It was cold outside, and the hot liquid warmed me from the inside. I shivered as the brew seeped into my veins. That's good stuff. It ought to be. I worked hard on it. She sat across from me and peeked at my pile of notes. This one's tough, huh? It's not that. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's giving me a little déjà vu kind of feeling. How so? Esmeralda meets a guy and he doesn't know she's a witch? Her eyes widened. Oh, my. They always say, write about what you know. Who are they? I shrugged. Apparently that's a secret. She smiled. I'm sure you've got this, sugar. I appreciate that. At least I can write about my issues and frustrations through my characters. I'm sure that's helpful. How does your witch save the world in this one? She's not saving the world, just her own neck of the woods. And at the moment, it's an evil warlock with a love for arson. Her eyes widened. That doesn't sound all that cozy. I shrugged. You know how it works. Things happen off the page, no cats are killed, happy ending for all except the bad guy. My Burmese cat, Cooper, who doubled as my familiar, lifted his head from a bowl of chicken of the sea. Dude, killing cats is never cool.